Hello and welcome to my Galentine's Day 2017 video. Earlier today I sent out a tweet and I said, what did I say? I captured it. Female mutuals, please fave this tweet and I'll make a Galentine's Day post for you when I get home. I ended up getting 11 faves from some very cool people, and I want to thank the guys for following the directions. Much appreciated. Um, First off, we have Deb, astronaut at Astronaut Falcon. Um, she's somebody that I'm just really in awe of her talent with art and drawing, as well as photography. And she's somebody that, um, if I don't talk to her that much, I still feel like I'm connected to her, and I am always happy to see her on my timeline, and glad that she's kind of posting more lately. Next up is Sarah at Sarah the Color. She's my birthday pal, birthday twin. And so if I ever start to agree with these negative perceptions of Scorpios, I'm like, well, I know someone that has my literal exact birthday that's also in the sign, and she's amazing. She's a super talented stage manager. She's really involved in theater. I think of her as someone that's really going for it. And I just always like to see what she's posting and kind of get a little window into her world. Um, Next up is Allison at Allison Says. She's someone that I met kind of in the SNL NBC comedy group. And thanks for taking a chance on me and not being like, who's this 1,000-year-old weirdo? So she's someone that I think of that truly cares about women and someone that speaks out, and I think that she's someone that's going to go far. I always look to see what she's into. Next up is Becky at Biscuit of York, and truly the best local and friend and comedy friend that someone could ask for. And all I had to do was give $100 to Comedy Bang Bang, have Scott happen to mention my town with my donation, and that she was listening to that episode. And we finally got to meet up in person last year at Comedy Bang Bang Live. We had to go all the way to Minneapolis to do it. So it was sort of like that Liza song where she meets a guy from down the street when she's in Europe. It's always great to spend time with her, and it's just a really caring individual. And it's like, I've almost like how I would have not met this person if we didn't have this kind of hyper specific interest in common. So that's really rad. Next is Kelsey at Chel. I say it as Cheltray. I don't know how you say it inside your head. It's like a name scramble on her name. She's super super funny, and I really like her photography of her cats. Gordon, it's a Canadian cat named Gordon, which is amazing, and I think Cleo. Oh, I feel bad. She's this beautiful dilute tortie. Um, she always gives good updates from Alberta, province in Canada that's kind of, their reputation is like the Texas of Canada, so it's kind of interesting to get her perspective on what things are like there. But definitely a very thoughtful and progressive person, so she's kind of like responding to that. Glad to have met her. She has good taste in guys. Next is Miriam at MiriamGC. She's just so smart and funny, and I love that she just shares like her daily life with her family with us, and her awesome pets and her wonderful son that I think is gonna be a really great dude because he had an awesome mom. Love being in being in that kind of group of FOT best show people with her. Next is Jessica at Ms_Messica. She's someone that I think of like we love a lot of the same things, but we also love to hate some of the same things. Our dearly departed Vinyl that we just love to make fun of every week. And she's someone that I think if I was able to go back to the 70s, I'd probably take her with me and help her find like all the most amazing outfits. And she has bunnies. Next is Tavy at The Real Tavy. As far as people that I met purely over the internet, first, best, longest lasting friend, for a reason. I mean, she's just this amazing, open-hearted, kind person, but she's also really inspired me, just in a lot of different ways. And I think back, like, I must have stumbled on her blog like in 99 or 2000, because I felt like I knew her from her postings, like, when September 11th happened. That was 2001, obviously. So that's just like a really long friendship that I've just been so glad to know her, and more as the years go by. Um, and so many people that I've met through her that I probably never would have met too. So that's just like the gift that keeps on giving there, Clark. Next is Katie at the Rickatandu. I don't know how you emphasize the syllables on that one. Um, she's just a super cheerful person, amazingly talented cosplayer. She's got this great combination of being like a mature and wise person, but still having that, like, I don't want to say childlike enthusiasm, but that's what we'll say. Just always look forward to see what she's getting into and seeing what she's posting about, and yeah, really good. Glad to be friends with her. And that was the super random. I think we were in a chat room that was playing the non-licensed game of apples to apples or something, and just became kind of clicked right away off of that. Daniela, decaffeinated. She's just so sharp and funny, and love to share interests with her, like Comedy Bang Bang and SNL, Lonely Island, some of these things. And she gets a special mention because when I posted my pencil collection, she was super into like the terrible puns that they have on there. And I wish I could send you like a little flocked pig wearing a tiny pearl necklace, or a pencil with a propeller plane and the propeller really spins. Always like to see what she's getting up to. And then of the people that faved the tweet, my last one is Lauren at Lauren E. O'Neill. She's just only the best, you guys. I made a joke of I now have someone that I literally subscribe to the newsletter of someone whose message board ideas intrigued me, which is kind of it's just a goof, but we met on the Achewood comic book message boards, and now she runs this amazing newsletter that gives people tips and suggestions for what to call their senators and representatives about different issues that are going on, and just kind of helping us all resist and persist, as they said at the Capitol yesterday. There's a couple people that I did not get faves from, but guess what? You're still getting a shout out. Erin E.E. Hools. She's just the sweetest, and she's also super tough, and she says what she thinks, and I feel like I've learned a lot from her. And I said this to her, but I'll say it to you guys too. She really changed how I used Twitter, because she was someone that I was really getting a lot of faves from her, and at the time I really only faved my absolute top favorite things. There used to be this way to pull in RSS feeds into your Tumblr, like automatically, and you could do an RSS of your faves. So I would just pull in my faves. So I had to be like only the cream of the crop, otherwise it'd just be all the time things getting cross-posted. But that eventually broke, and then I became more generous, as she is, on giving out faves, and it just really helps. It sounds stupid, but it really does help, like, build friendships. It's just saying, like, hey, I hear you, I see you. I can't even, it's not even like, that's the most hilarious joke ever, fave. It could just be, I see that you're having a bad time. I don't love that you're having a bad time. You guys know how faves work, but that's how I think about it. And then I can't make any kind of video without mentioning Jill, Dr. JBD. We were technically friends in person first, but we really truly bonded online, and I'm just so thankful for all the times that we've been able to chat online, and I feel like we've tried to help each other through lots of different hard times and good times together too. And to Geneva as well. She's also kind of in that crew with Tavy, Miriam, Aaron. Wonderful person. Just another person that when I met her, we really just clicked right away and got along, and loved. She always posts really sweet selfies, and she's just a nice, really cool friend, and glad that I know her. So, signing off. Happy Galentine's Day from me and Trinity, Marie, and Calypso. Have a good night.